In Afghanistan last year, I was working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week, and on average, unfortunately, attending at least one sunset vigil ceremony each week for a soldier that was being repatriated, or sometimes multiple soldiers being repatriated. Within that context, for me, being able to spend time every morning actually in prayer and reading my Bible was incredibly important to actually just give me the strength to carry on. Within that same vein, being able to attend church every Sunday within the camp was also very important for me. And those church services were an opportunity for everyone from a private to the brigadier in charge of all the soldiers in Helmand to come together in prayer, in praise, in communion, and actually just derive strength and support both from God and from each other. I was also very privileged at one of those services to actually witness a young soldier being baptised. And he was actually baptised using his own combat helmet turned upside down as a font. So to me, the church is very important. It's also great to know when I'm away that I've always got my church family back in the UK praying for me. But the church can also actually support the wider service community in so many other ways. Whether, for example, in just offering a soldier's wife a coffee, looking after her kids for an afternoon, or even something as simple as just mowing the lawn. They're really practical ways of just taking the pressure off maybe that spouse and showing Christian love and support for the deployed soldier. I mean, equally, other ways are, if, for example, you are praying as a church for maybe a soldier who's part of your congregation, or maybe that soldier's family are part of your congregation, his parents, then actually send him a card. Send a card out to theatre saying you've actually prayed for him. Because receiving little gifts like that actually make a huge difference and really make you think that people value you and care for you. So the church really for me is a great support. It's great knowing that my congregation are always there for me and they welcome me back whenever I come back. So that's what the church is for me. It's so easy for us to become comfy with our own surroundings, our own church surroundings, and it's about actually having that courage to reach out, invite people back into church, and say, just do maybe offer help. I mean, in and around the community, look for opportunities where you can actually serve God by serving others, and hopefully people will then see they'll associate what you've done with your Christian faith. It's about doing acts which people then associate, and that provides them with a route maybe back into faith. I mean, quite often we when we do go abroad, we tend to take a risk, and we will try and employ local people actually within our camps. Although it could be a security risk, it's actually about breaking down those barriers. If you don't actually allow in the people who you're meant to be serving, because ultimately we're about serving the nation where we are at that point in time, then you're never going to achieve the end state of hopefully being able to help them get back on their feet and then move on. And it's as simple as that. It's just the simple fact that person from a different culture is actually seeing you go about your daily business, noting the fact that you're eating, you're chatting, you interact with them, and hopefully then when they go home in the evening and they're outside the camp back in their own environment, they're able to talk to their family and friends and say, look, these people are normal, they're like us. And for many people, the church can appear to be quite closed. It's that image of the dark, heavy wooden doors on the entrance to a church, which certainly aren't welcoming. And it's about finding opportunities to actually open those doors, both physically and metaphorically, and allow people to see what's inside, and allow them to see that what's inside can actually be loving and welcoming.